Hi, David. This is Jorge, and I figured that it would be easier to show you what is going on in the market that you're interested in instead of doing a CMA because it's such a detailed case that there's a lot of variables that I wanted to show you. So let's go ahead and pull your interested house, which is going to be right here. It's on Gary Player, and I just came back from visiting the house. I went to go see it in person, and sure, it does need a lot of work, but there is a lot of potential in this subdivision. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is that I've been very careful to pull up homes that are only within the golf course. Now, some of these houses are going to be facing the golf course, and some of them are going to be on the interior. So for the purpose of this CMA, what I wanted to show you is that there is a pretty significant difference in value whether you have a view to the golf course or whether you have a view towards the neighborhood. So for example, to give you an idea, this house right here is selling for $100 a square foot and is looking inside the subdivision. This right here is other properties. This other house right here in Bruce Devlin, it was 3,000 square feet and did not have a view to the course, and it sold for 215,000. So there's a pretty massive difference between the houses that are looking into the backyard, well, into the subdivision, and those that did not. So, for example, this house was 4,000 square feet and sold for well over $100 a square foot. So the first thing that I wanted to show you, David, is what the market is doing. So let's go ahead and pull first single line, and I want to organize them by size. This is everything in the subdivision over 2,100 square feet. This is a rich neighborhood, so most of the houses are going to be pretty large on the square footage. The one in question is going to be Gary Player right here, and as you can see, you're pretty low as far as the square footage. You're about 2,800 square feet, and with a pool. So there's homes that are much larger, and of course the asking prices are going to be significantly larger. This is not really necessarily a detriment. It just means that, as far as the homes that are in the area is going to be one of the smaller ones, but not by a lot. The other thing that I wanted to show you is what the sales are looking like. So if we go right here and organize by square footage, you can see right here the asking price, what they went for right here, and this is what they actually sold for, and this is the dollar per square footage. And there's a couple of things that are very interesting about this. The first one is look at the spread between the cheapest home and the most expensive home. It's a humongous spread. And what this tells me is that people are willing to pay for an updated home. If a house is not updated, then you're going to fall somewhere right here in the 80s, low 60s, etc., etc. But when you take the time and effort to update the house, suddenly you start seeing homes that are selling in the $100 plus per square foot. Now, as far as square footage, what we really want to take a look at is homes that are similar to your own and that have sold. So we organize it and they are organized by size, and these are the houses that are going to be your comparable sales. You're going to have this one, this one, this one, and this one. And to give you an idea, David, all of these homes, if I further refine this and narrow it down to these four homes, which are the ones that are the most like your own, like the one that you want to buy it, and I look at them in the map, you're going to see that all of these homes are on the other side of the subdivision. This is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that you have this area and then you have this area. For all intents and purposes, both of these are perfectly comparable. Both of these are going to be in the Vista Hills Country Club. So all of these homes are have a view to the golf course, and that is one of the critical things that I really wanted to make certain that we nail down. So going back to this one more time, as far as prices, this is what they went on the market for. This is what they actually sold for. How many days they were on the market, and the dollar per square foot. So you can see that there were a couple of homes that they were in pretty poor condition, so they sold very cheap. But there's other homes that they sold well over $100 a square foot. Then the other thing that we want to take a look at is, what do the pictures look like on these homes, and what overall condition these houses were. So let's take a look. Okay, so now what we really care about is the photo gallery. This will give us an idea of what the houses look like. So for example, this one right here on Leo Collins, this was the cheapest house. As you can see in the pictures, this house, it was not updated. It was an estate sale. Nothing special about the house. It's pretty old looking. The pool needed work, etc., etc. This house was at the asking price was $250,000. This is another one on Leo Collins. This one sold for $91.88, and it sold for $275,000. So going back to the photos, this is what the house looked like. It's been a little bit more updated. The cabinetry, nothing special. You don't have a pool in this house, but it gives you an idea of what this house looked like. So you can see nothing too special. Older, you can see that the fixtures, they're older. You have Saltillo floor, etc., etc. Outdated bathrooms. You have carpet. So this gives you an idea that even in this somewhat unupdated, semi-updated, let's call it semi-updated status, and without a pool, there was a buyer that was willing to pay, sorry, this one. There was a buyer that was willing to pay $91 a square foot. Let's take a look at the last two houses, and these sold for $299,999 and $294,770. So they sold pretty much for the asking price. And these two sold for $101 a square foot. So if you can make the house look better than what these two houses that I'm going to show you, then you have a pretty good shot at selling it over $101 a square foot. Extrapolating on the condition that you had Darley, you could probably push $107, $110 a square foot. So let's take a look at these two houses and let's see what you think. So remember, these houses sold exactly for the asking price. So the list price is the same thing as the asking price. And all of these are on the golf course. They have views to the Gulf. And this is what these houses look like. Saltillo floor. Updated kitchen. I would probably avoid doing Saltillo floor on the house simply because Saltillo is falling out of favor. You have the bathrooms, they have been updated. So you can see that this was a pretty full remodeling. You have the wood shutters throughout. This bathroom though does not look to be updated, so there's room for growth right there. And then of course you do have a very nice pool, and I don't know if you can see it right here, but the view is towards the golf course. Now the next house was this one right here on Tommy Aaron. This also sold for $294,770, and it sold for $101 a square foot. Just to give you an idea what this house looked like. So you have the wood grain tile, which is becoming very popular. Older fixtures. The kitchen looks to have been completely updated, so this does look very nice. And by the way, it goes without saying that all of these houses, they have refrigerated air cooling. This bathroom has not been completely updated, so I think that is something where you can definitely push the dollar per square foot, David. So to give you an idea, this is what this house looked like, and I believe that this house did not have a pool. No, never mind. It does have a pool. There it is. And of course, the view to the golf course, which is really the selling point for these properties. Look at this. Okay, so let's go back to the analysis. So now you know that this is what they're selling for in this area, which is completely comparable to this area right here on Gary Player. And as far as how much you could ask for the property, and if you fix it in the condition of Darley, just based on these two sales, I really do think that you should be able to ask for a little bit more. If we go back to what we had before, which was this, sorry, it was these, and we take a look at what has sold, you can tell that there is a huge overhead in which you can start pushing. Now, be aware that the houses that have commanded over $110 a square foot, at that point, we start hitting 4,000 square feet, and it's a completely different beast. But I do think that you could probably comfortably sit at around $107 to $110 a square foot and ask for that. But the sky's the limit. Ask for 107, 110, whatever it is that you feel that you can put into the property. So if we do the calculations and we know that the home is, where is it right here, Gary Palmer, is 2884, and we multiply this conservatively, let's say $107 a foot, I feel that the house after repairs will probably worth about 308,000, 309,000. That would be a pretty fair estimate of how much the home will be worth after repairs. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is that given the condition of the property, you're not really going to be able to finance this through regular means. You're going to have to go in cash or with a hard money lender. And the hard money lender is probably going to be a pretty tough sell. There's a couple of lenders that we can reach out to see what they can do, but just be aware that the easiest way of getting this done is going to be with a cash sale. Simply because the banks are going to say, we just need this to be livable. Right now, the property in its current condition is not livable. But yeah, I mean, if you can come out do it with cash, or we can get a hard money lender that gives you acceptable terms, then pretty much the sky's the limit. You're looking probably at around $100,000 worth of $100,000 price jump in the value. I don't know if you can do the rehab for $100,000, but the one thing that I could tell you is that because there's no way of doing a conventional financing on this house, the best thing that you can do is just lowball them and say, you know what, I'm willing to take the house off your hands. I'm willing to pay 170, 165, and hopefully take it from there. Anyways, David, this is my analysis of the property. I do think that you do have a lot of there's a lot of potential in the property. Definitely, if you can get it for less than $210,000, then even better. Just be aware, of course, that the house has been on the market for 4 days, so it could be that we have to go through the motions of telling them, hey, you know what, I need to make a lower offer, etc., etc. Please let me know if you have any questions about this analysis, and I'll be waiting to hear from you, David. Peace out.